Traders, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going over Pure Extracts, PULL, pull, and this is going to be a sponsored video, so bear with me. Now I'm going to be giving you my unbiased opinion on this stock and things that are currently going on. It's in a pretty interesting sector overall that has seen massive moves. It opened up at 43 cents and it has seen a high of 89 cents in the past month or two, so that is pretty promising. But I do want to go over the fundamentals of the company, and like I said, give you my unbiased opinion on where this stock is going. Now it's worth noting most of their business is in Canada right now, and they do have some big news coming out in Canada as well for some new products they are releasing. The focus of this company is not in the US, so that's worth noting as well, and most people will only be able to buy this if you're in Canada. So those are the big things to take from this video. But let's not waste any more time. Let's get to it. Okay, so with these sponsored videos, it's very important to know I'm not pumping or dumping any of these stocks or anything like that. I'm just giving you my unbiased opinion on where I see them going and kind of what's going on with the news surrounding the company. Now looking at pull, they're in a very touchy sector. They're moving very volatile with the sector as well. We saw Sundial, we saw Tilray, we saw all these other companies moving very nice. High Tide being one of the best Canadian-based companies in this sector. But Pure Extracts is getting pulled down with the rest of the sector, so I wouldn't be too worried looking at the ticker price. That's 100% worth noting. But I do want to get into what the company is, what they're doing, and kind of the big news surrounding them as well. So let's get right to the article. Okay, so we're going to start on the right, just going over who they are and what they're doing. Pure Extracts Technology Corp is a plant-based extraction company. The firm focuses on the development and commercialization of functional and medicinal products. Pure Extracts Technologies will serve customers worldwide. Currently, the focus is Canada. They are a very new company. They kind of just went public here in the last November. So that's really the focus. And they're kind of going over why they're popular, what's going on. And this right here up here is the big news release that I'm going to be covering here in a second. But I just want to go over what they're doing and why I like kind of and what's different about them. This is what's really different about these guys. There's a lot of extraction companies, so there's really kind of, you got to be certain about something when you want to get into it. And I would look for something that's differentiating with these companies as well. And as I was reading on Pure, this is what separated the system for me. Now, I don't really see this as recreational use or anything like that. This is more for the medicinal and stuff like that, for functional purposes. So that's really the focus, and they're trying to get into the psilocybin market and stuff like that. But as we look, this is what is separating them. Pure Extracts appears to have a competitive advantage with proven technology for extraction use, CO2 vital systems, ethanol equipment, and purpose-built EU GMP compliant extraction facility north of Whistler, British Columbia. Pure Extracts also seems to have experience with creating multiple successful CPG products and brands. So I'm going to have this link right here going over this YouTube video of the CEO talking about the company. It'll be down below if you want to get some more information on them as well. I can't play it because I'll get copyright claims on YouTube, but he does a great job at going over the process and how everything is working there. They also have a really good team set up behind them as well, which is something you want to see with these companies. Now, we've looked at other companies and their team was kind of shaky at best. Now, that's something that has me feeling good about the company as well. Now, we can go over and say that retailers like this are looking at it like Sephora, CVS, Kroger and stuff. Yeah, they're all looking at CBD products and stuff like that, but that's not really the focus and why I'd want to get into them, right? If we want to see what they're doing, what they're different, how they pushing something to the market, how are they creating more value for you, the consumer, or you, the investor, right? How are they going to differentiate? How are they going to be above $1 stock eventually, right? That's what we want to see. I think a lot of the focus here is going to be with the Canadian market, especially in the short term, to really get the stock to keep going up. And as we look at the chart, I'll show you why the stock does look pretty good in comparative to everything going on right now. But they do have some good things backing them when the psilocybin market does open up here in America, even for medicinal use. That's the real focus here, is for the medicinal part of it. They even kind of stated here, US FDA appears to be supportive of the psilocybin research. In 2018, for example, the agency recognized psilocybin as a potential breakthrough therapy for depression. Now, you're going to have to see how this works out and the stuff going behind it. And like I said, it isn't like recreational use. This is the medicinal purposes. And that's really the markets you want to be in if you're looking here. I really could care less about recreational use for any of these type of products. That's just not what I like personally. But for medicinal uses, the science is backing it up as well. And so once we see that market start to open up like it is in Oregon and stuff like that, you can really see these stocks really start to take off. So that's the positives here. But I want to look at this Canadian news that just got released that has me looking pretty interesting and kind of like the direction of the company. Okay, so as we look, Pure Extracts Manufacturing Corp's distribution partner has submitted a notice of new cannabis products NNCP application to Health Canada on behalf of the company seeking approval for its retail cannabis products, including cannabis extracts and edible gummies. So they're going to market now, getting these getting distributors signed up with these guys, going to retail, really to start to submit and get the growth going. Now, it's important to know also, Pure Extracts is pretty popular in Canada. This isn't one of the no-name stocks, so you can really look into what they're doing in Canada. They're not listed on OTC. They're not the penny stock. They're just listed in Canada right now. So if you're in Canada and you're looking for a position, this could be a popular play just because they're focused solely on their market. They're not expanding yet. And that's kind of what you want to see from a company, is zoning in and really focusing on one area of the market and then slowly expanding, right? They want to see that gradual growth, proof of concept, and that's what you want from a company. And that's kind of what you're looking for when you don't want to see a scam. That's what I'm liking here, and it's looking pretty positive. Now, we can go on. They have vape products and stuff like that, but this is really what you want to see, is that they're pushing the product out. They're making those next steps. And overall, they're looking pretty good. So let's take a look at the charts now. Okay, so it's a very, very, very new stock. Also, you can see we're on this local bottom. So I couldn't have made the video at the better time. Like, if you're looking and you like this stock and you do more due diligence, and I recommend you do your own due diligence. I'm not a financial advisor, so keep that in mind. I'm not a financial advisor at all, so always do your own DD. But I'm just giving you my opinion on what I'm seeing on the stock. It's really holding this local bottom down here, guys. This $60, this 60 cent to 61 cent range down here is huge support. Now, if it breaks below, there's a possibility we kind of dump down, but I really don't see that happening. Also, with the index is looking pretty primed to get a bounce back after this AMC and GameStop news going on here in America. These Canadian stocks will probably recover a lot quicker than the American stocks as well, so keep that in mind. So I definitely see us probably getting a bounce like the 67 cent, maybe even the 70 cent marker. Now, once they start, bringing in revenue, you can see the stock really start to take off. We've seen initial movement to the upside to 87 cents. But I would be careful here, just saying it's a very new stock. Sometimes these stocks, they move sideways and then can end up dumping down. So definitely be careful and do your own due diligence. The newer companies, especially in this sector, are a little bit more sketchy, to be honest. All right, so looking at Pure Extracts, they're definitely a different company in the sector, and they have some differentiating models behind them as well. I do like the CO2 method and how they're extracting these processes, and they're doing it different from a lot of other companies. If you watch the video down below going over what their CEO is doing and how they're doing it, it definitely shows promise. It definitely shows that they're a different type of company and they're not really just one of these hype stocks. You know what I mean? That's not really what you want to be dumping your money into or really, be looking at. But again, do your own due diligence in the company. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just giving you my unbiased opinion on this stock. I hope you got something out of this. Have a good one, boys. Namaste.